Hello, welcome to the FØLD app. My name's Chris. Today is a mixed ability class using your ball. So we're going to come onto the bed to start with our footwork. So I presume that if you're joining this class here today, you have done this a few times, but I will give you different options nevertheless. So you're going to have a green and a yellow spring to start off with. Not too heavy. You're going to lie down onto your back and bring your head on the headrest. Bring your toes onto the foot bar. Inhale through your nose. On the exhale, push the carrot out to straight legs and bend your knees and come back. As you see, it's not a heavy spring. Sometimes the harder the work is when you have lighter spring. So it'll all make sense to you once we get going. Moving with your breath. Staying out there on the next one, you're going to lower your heels under and then rise. Under and rise. This is not just to warm up your ankles, your knees, your hip flexors. It's for you to connect with your breath work, connect your core. So even though you're lying down, you should feel that you're using your core every time you rise those heels. Good. You should already feel that this is pumping into your calf muscle. See how high you can bring those heels and how low you can bring the heels. That's where we're going with this. And let's walk. One heel under and then the other. It's a good movement for your ankles. Really trying to see how far you can push that heel away and push your toes into the foot bar. 3, 2, 1. Rise your heels, bend your knees, close your carriage, and bring your heels onto the foot bar with your toes apart. From here, push the carriage out, engage that inner thigh, and bring it back. Now, of course, if you have free weights, hand weights, bring them in. If you want to, you can also have arms up to the ceiling, holding onto your weights. If you don't have the weights, you can still leave your arms up to the ceiling. So this is all done with or without the weights, depending on how you feel today. Squeezing that inner thigh as you go out and bending in. And closing your carriage. Let your heels glide to the width of your foot bar. Push the carriage out, rotate and come back in. Rotate out, rotate in. It's like you're inside your hip joint. It's like you're massaging that ball inside that hip joint. And close your foot bar. Good. I'd like you to leave your left toe in line with your hip. If it's too much to stay on your toe, put your heel on instead. So see how you feel. But your right leg comes into a tabletop. Push the carriage out and bend. So you're staying either with your heel or your toe on. And then I want you to start releasing that right leg over the foot bar. Make that extension from your hip to your toe be long and far away before you bring it back into a controlled tabletop. Not into your chest, but into that controlled one. And we've got another 5, 4, 3, 2. On the 1, leave it over the foot bar. Now flex the foot. and then push the carriage out. And you're out there, you point your toes and bring it back over. Flex and up. So to each direction, it's like your toe is leading the way. And you feel that stretch behind your legs. Don't forget to straighten the left leg. The one that pushes out, straighten that too. Each time, so you end up with 2 straight legs. On the next one, when you go out there, straighten both your legs. So rise onto that left heel. Now lower the left heel under the foot bar. At the same time, you're flexing that foot. So they move simultaneously. Good. Your arms are still up above you, with or without the weights. For another 3, 2. On the one, point your toes, keep that left heel risen, and then circle. Circle that right leg, keeping your left hip still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your carriage, swapping your legs, but give it a little bit of a shake beforehand. Good, so even if you're on a light spring right now, you notice that you're still working really hard. I mean, I can still feel the hip flexors, the thighs, you're connecting your core muscles. There's a lot going on at the same time. Bring your left leg into tabletop, inhale, and on the exhale, push the carriage out and close. Keep your tabletop to start off with. Let's start releasing that left leg over the foot bar. Release and back in. Make it straight. Make that big toe lead the way. Control it back into your tabletop. And then notice how your abs contract each time you straighten that right leg. On the next one, when you bring that left leg over, give it a flex. Push the carriage out, point it, bring it down. So each change of ankle happens when the carriage doesn't move. On the next one, you're going to stay out there. Good. Drop your right heel, flex the foot. And let's rise. Flex, rise, flex. Continue with this for 3, 2, and 1. And we go circle. Circle's not very big. Keeping that right hip down is the aim of the game. For another 4, 3, 2, 1. And close your carriage. Good work. Give your legs a bit of a shake. And then just throw your legs over the foot bar so that you can sit up to change your spring. Just add a red spring. Just going to have those 3 colors, one of each color, before you lie back down again. So we're going into our bridge work. From here, your heels are on the foot bar, hip width apart. Your arms can be down next to you, pushing into the carriage, which means that you're activating the back of your arms. Or they can be up, which means that you're working a lot more with your balance and strength. But your choice. So you're going to inhale through your nose. On the exhale, I want you to tilt that tailbone, so you tilt your pelvis. Come up halfway, bring it down. So we're not going very high yet. Continue with this really small movement. It's just all about that pelvis tilt right now. Now keep that position going upwards all the way to the top. Pushing into your hips, squeezing into your glutes. Here you want to make sure that your chest doesn't come too high. Still keep your chest low, even though your hips and your glutes are up. Your abs are down, so is your chest. And then roll down through your spine. You have a heavy spring on now, which gives you good support. Of course, you can drop a spring off and do it with a little bit of a lighter, but that works a lot harder into your hamstrings. Your choice. Inhale and exhale, tilt your tailbone and up you go. Squeezing into those glutes. Try not to move the carriage at all and roll back down. Continue with this. Really feel that you're massaging your spine right now, warming it up nicely, strengthening it. The next time you roll up, can you stay there? Squeeze your glutes and then push the carriage out halfway. Bring it back. So it's just like you're rocking out and in, squeezing your glutes. Good work. Let's do for another 3, 2. On the 1, you close the carriage, but don't go down. You're just going to drop your hips halfway down, push them up. So it's just a pulse position here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can roll down through your spine, grab your knees into your chest, and you rock from side to side. Good. Throw your body off to the right-hand side or push yourself up to seating so you can change your spring. We want to be working into one arm now. This is where we're going to that unilateral work. So take your red one off for sure. Then your choice is between the yellow or the green. So the green is a little bit heavier than the yellow. You make your decision and you're going to come back down again. Going to bring the ball with you. Almost forgot. Bring your ball with you, lying down onto your back. Bring the ball between your ankles and the toes on the foot bar. Reach over and put your hand into the short loop. Bring that hand up above you. Imprint your back. So you pull your abs down into the carriage. Then you bring your legs into tabletop. From here, inhale. And on the exhale, guide that hand down to your hip and up. Play around with the springs. If it feels too light, put the green on instead of the yellow. If it's too heavy, take the yellow on and the green off. If you are very strong on one arm, please feel free to keep a red on. I mean, just play around with the springs. After all, this is your lesson. We're all built differently, but the bed is for everybody, so you need to personalize it to your body during this class. So notice now, as you start to lift your head and shoulders, when that hand comes to your hips, notice you want to make sure that you're coming straight up. It's easy to wiggle around here. Keep that strength. Of course, at any point you can start to straighten your legs and down. Or you keep them in tabletop. See how you feel. Don't bring the legs too low. You don't want it to be doming in your belly. Just bring this to where it feels comfortable. The next one is your last one. Good. Legs come into your tabletop. You release that right arm all the way out to the side. So it's like half a letter T. Then bring it down to your hip and back out again. And down. Exhale as you bring that arm down and notice how your core is working to keep your body stable. Good work. Squeeze the ball between those ankles. Notice that you're engaging your inner thigh a bit more now. I'd like you to bring the arm into a circle. Bring it down to your hip, up to the ceiling, and out to the side. That left arm is pushing into the carriage. So you're even activating that arm, even though that's not moving, it's just lying there. Can you reverse that circle? It comes down to your hip and out to the side. Good work. I want the right arm now to come across your body and past your left knee as you lift your head and shoulders. So it comes up and it comes down. You exhale up. Inhale back. Two. And on the one, I want you to hold it. Hold it and then try and do some pulses by reaching that hand far away. 3, 2, 1, and we come down. Good work. The ball, put it next to you, but put your right foot into the long loop. Bring your legs into tabletop. Straighten the right leg, bring it back. You are a light spring, so that's working your core a lot more than you think. This is about stability and control. Can you keep the right leg straight, guide it up to the ceiling, and bring it down. Up and down. Can your left leg join in the opposite direction so you become like that scissor movement? 2 legs moving. Try and keep your lower back or your whole back, try and keep it imprinted onto that carriage. 3, 2, 1. Here comes a tough one. The right leg is up to the ceiling. The left is still in that scissor. Now they're going to be working and moving away from each other into like a semicircle. And then they're going to chop. I'm going to do this super slow so you sort of catch up. This is brain work. This is coordination. And also notice how that left leg, that hip flex is working extra hard. Good. So basically they're moving at the same time, but in the opposite direction. And then they chop. At the next chop, let's change that direction. So now the leg goes down and then out to the side. It goes down and out. Let's do 3 more. So we're doing 6 to each side. Could be that your legs are all over the place right now, but it'll come. This is the first time you're doing the helicopter. And then the right leg stays up. Bring your left across, under. So you've got 2 straight legs, which are externally rotated. And then guide your legs down and bring them up. Good. Trying to make sure you control that they're going through the middle of the body, not wiggling out to the side. And up. Release that left foot. Release the right foot from the loop, hang it back, and then the left hand comes into the short loop. Good, right arm is next to you. Imprint your back, bring your legs into tabletop, and the arm comes down. Slow and controlled. Forgot the ball. Bring the ball into action. Put it between your ankles. So we're equal to what we did on the other side. Knew there was something we forgot. Maybe you didn't. And continue. Start lifting your head and shoulders. Coming up through that center point. Feel free to start releasing your legs if you wish to as well. Good, next one is your last one. Okay, and then I want you to start circling, bring the left arm out to the side, guide it down to your hip and back out again. That one-armed snow angel, starting off with that before we circle. You can push your right hand into the carriage to help you stabilize the body more. And now we circle. Bring it down to your hip and up and around. Squeeze in the ball between your ankles. And know that you're feeling this in your thighs, inner thighs, hip flexors. Good, let's change the direction. So you bring it down and up. Two more. Now that left arm comes up across the right knee as you reach and bring it down. Good, you've got 5 more. Then you've got 3. On the 1, you're going to hold it up there, remember? You hold and you reach. Tiny little pulses here. 3, 2, 1, and you come down. The ball comes to the side. The left foot goes into the rope. Bring your legs into tabletop. Good. Your back is imprinted and just release the left leg forward and bring it back. Connect your abs each time you release that left leg forward. Can you keep it straight on the next one? And then guide it up to the ceiling. Bring it down. Good, whether you're on a lighter or heavier spring, your body's still. You're still working just as hard on whatever spring you're at, but in a different way. Now let that right leg join in, so you're in the scissors. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are you ready for the helicopter? The left leg goes out to the side, but so does the right in the opposite direction. And split. and they move at the same time. Now, of course, the leg that doesn't have a strap is working extra hard for you to keep it lifted. So I know you're going to be feeling this in your hip flexor. We'll stretch it out nicely afterwards. Let's change the direction. So the left leg goes down and around in the opposite direction. Good work. Next one is your last one. Stay with the left leg up. Bring the right one through and under and control it down the center and up. And you have another 2. And well done. Free your right foot, find the foot bar, and then the left foot is also free. Hang your strap back, bring your knees into your chest, and just rock from side to side. Good, bring your feet onto the foot bar. One foot falls on top of the other one. As you drop it to the side, you can hold on to your pegs, look to the opposite side, and turn it to the other side. Stretch away. Good. Come up to seating. So I'd like you to just put add a green spring to your yellow. Just going to give you a nice stretch from lying down like that. So come onto your all fours. So onto your knees, hands onto the foot bar. And then just push the carriage out and bring it back. Now here you want to make sure, tilt your tailbone, feel that stretch in your hip flexors already. Squeeze your glutes. Eye gaze and alignment is a complete straight position here. And then just pushing out. Maintain that straight position and bring it back. So you're on a yellow and a green spring, which is, quite heavy in a way, but I don't want it to be lighter. Lighter would be easier on the arms, harder on your core. But this is just a stretch. Just because you've been lying down for so long, it's nice to come up here, stretch those hip flexors a bit before we move on to our glutes. Good. And just release your right foot either onto your platform or onto your foot bar, your choice. So you're just going to, before you start, push so you feel it in that left hip flexor, and then just push away and bring it back. In whatever tempo works well for you. You can stay in the stretch for a few seconds before you come back, or you can just make it a flow. Just get that stretch in nicely into your hip flexor on the left-hand side, into the hamstring on the right-hand side. 2 and 1. And swap it around. Left foot forward, either on your platform or your foot bar. Push it away. Only push till you feel comfortable that you're not going too far. So you want to make sure that you feel it in your hamstrings on the left, into the right hip flexor. Let's go for 2 more. Breathing out and inhale. Good. Close your carriage. Bring your knee to join the other. Drop your hands onto your platform. Push out only so that the knees are underneath your hips and your hands are underneath your shoulders. And just give me a few cat-cows here. Tuck it all in. And then release it all. Good. Drop your bottom down. Make your knees come apart. Hold onto the foot bar. Push away. Now, if it feels more comfortable, bring your hands onto your platform. Play around with this, whether you're staying on the platform or on the foot bar. That's up to you, where you get that good stretch for your body. Good. Curve that spine in, close your knees, and then step off to your left-hand side. Or wherever you keep the box. I want the box to join in. So your spring is going to be one green spring. And then picking up your box, put it into a long box. This is your long box. This is your short box. So put it into your long box and then come onto your knees facing the back of your reformer. So, the setup is half the exercise, basically. Your left hand grabs the long loop. Your right hand grabs the rope. With one pull, you could put it around the arch of your left foot. Then your hands come to the front of the box. Your right knee comes to the very back left-hand side corner. So the very edge, basically, so that you have that long body here. Then you're going to keep that left leg just right next to your hip. From here, pulling up your belly button, lifting between your shoulder blades, you're going to inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to glide that leg behind you and forward. Let me just move this rope because it was getting stuck. So you glide and it comes forward. If you have any questions after this class, please feel free to write it into the comments. Happily answer any questions. I want you to feel it in your glutes. You have 3 glutes, believe it or not. You are working on a major one right now. I want you to pull and hold it behind you. Hold and squeeze. It's just a static hold. Then you're going to bend the knee so that the heel is up to the ceiling and the knee is quite lifted. So don't try and stay down here. Keep it up there. It's for your last bit here. You're just going to pulse it up. Still, your eye gaze is towards that headrest, so you have that perfectly straight alignment. And breathe for 3, 2, 1. Extend the left leg behind you and to make tiny little circles. Now here, you are not in control of that circle, but you could be making rectangles, triangles. But try and see if you are able to draw a tiny circle with that big toe. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in towards your box. Bring it into child's pose where you just reach far away and stretch. It's a tough set, that one, but it's a really effective. It's a good one for your glutes. The right hand holds onto the rope. The left hand grabs the loop, so you can just carefully and slowly glide yourself back and hang that back. Good. We're going immediately over to the other side while it's all fresh in our mind what we're doing. The right hand grabs the long right loop. The left hand grabs the rope. One pull puts it around the arch of your foot. And then you come up. The left knee comes to the back corner on the right hand side. And the right leg is next to your body. From there, pull up everything. Inhale. And on the exhale, guide the right leg behind you and bring it back. Let's just bring that rope on the outside there. And guide. Good. Keeping your hips square. It's not about how high that leg can go up behind you. It's more keeping in that alignment. Straight body. And the leg just comes next to your hip when it comes down. For another 3, 2. On the 1, you hold it. Hold it in that static hold. 3, 2, 1. Bend it in. Let's pulse. Up it goes. Tiny little pulses. Heel is leading the way. 3, 2, on the 1, extend it behind you, straight and point in it, and then you make tiny little circles. 3, 2, 1, bring it in to your child's pose. Reach away and stretch. Good. Left hand grabs the rope, right hand grabs the loop, and you get to slide back and hang it back. Step off to your right hand side and make it into a short box. Good. So I want you to bring that safety strap, which is right at the front of your bed, bring it with you as you sit down. And then add a few springs just to stabilize the bed. So I've put 2 reds on. Don't really need more than that. We're just going to keep the bed stable. But you're going to put your feet underneath that rope, picking up your ball. So now your feet are flexed and they're underneath that strap, which is a safety strap. So you're not going anywhere. You're going to sit tall. Engage your core. And then bring your arms in front of you, holding onto the ball. Like so, with the palms pushing into the ball. So as you sit tall, you inhale. On the exhale, I want you to tilt your tailbone, roll into a C shape. You're rolling into C shape without dropping your chin. And then you sit up tall again. You're just looking forward throughout, pushing those hands into the ball and up. Continue with this. Make this a nice flow for you. Good. Moving a little bit more, the arms can come into your chest and they can go up and over as you go up and over. Sitting tall. Tilt your tailbone. Extend, shoot to a straight back as you come up and over. And sitting tall. Tilt your tailbone, roll back. As soon as you shoot those arms over, you straighten your back, bringing it all the way over so you start tall. Good. Can we go for another 3? Tilt. Two. And 1. On the next one, we're going to be going from side to side. So inhale, and then get into your C shape. Rotate the body, drop the ball to one side, bring it back, sitting tall. Tilt, roll into your C shape, rotate, reach far away, bring it back, and sit tall. Continue with this. And up. And up. On your next one, you're going to do this non-stop. So roll into your C shape and you rotate and rotate. Continue with this, making sure you're breathing, staying in that C shape. Get into that rotation, dropping it down. You have 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can come and sit up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back, drop your ball on the floor, release your feet from that strap, and we will just keep a green spring on. So take your red springs off, keep the green one on, and then reach behind you to pick it up your long loops. So you're sitting tall. I want you to bring the arms into your chest. with the palms up to the ceiling. So you're going into that offering, but we're sitting on the box to do this today. So you're going to reach your arms forward, bring it back. Now, if this spring feels a bit too light, put your hands into the short loop. So that changes the tension without changing the springs. So inhale and release and bring it back. Now imagine that you are being pulled up by your hair. So you're sitting super tall. You're engaging your core muscles. Using your back, your upper arms, reaching away. It's a controlled movement. And having a look at your hands to see if the flatness of your hands are able to hold on to that plate as you offer that platter of fruit right to somebody's gaze, which means you can't go too high up because then you've lost that ability to serve your platter. And then reach your arms forward and let's open up. Open it as wide as you can without losing that connection. So keep it connected, close it and bring it in. Exhale and we open. We close and we bring it in. You have 3 more. And out. And down. Good work. You are done. You can hang these loops back. Step off to your left-hand side or wherever you want, so you can just pick up the box and put it to the side. You're now going to go and lie down onto your back, adding a red spring. So you have 1 red, 1 green. Lie down onto your back. And you're going to put your feet into the long loops. Push into the foot bar. Put 1 foot in. Get a bit of pressure into that as you bring the other foot in. From here, your arms are nice and relaxed. Push the carriage away into straight legs. And just to start off, we're just going to guide them up and down. Good. Just making sure that you feel nice and heavy on the bed. You're just connecting yourself with the breath work. Arms are relaxed next to you in like a neutral position. Rotate your feet so your heels are together, your toes are apart. Bring them up and down. Up and down. Next time you bring them down, can you bend them in like a frog? Then straighten them up and bring them down. On the next time you come towards the foot bar, you're going to change that direction. So you go up, bring it down, push it away. Up. And 2 more. And the last one here. Push your legs out to that 45-degree angle that I call the hammock. You could hang out here forever, but you're not, you're going to keep that movement going. I want you to bend your right leg in at the same time your left goes out to the side. We call this, or I call this Peter Pan. Other people call it the stag. It's got different names. I see Peter Pan flying. And push. So you bend one leg in and the other one goes out to the side. Your job here is to keep your hips steady. So put your hands on the hips, hold them steady and push it away. You're working your inner thighs mostly. Common errors here are when you bend that leg in, it goes wide. Try and keep it in line with your body and then you push it away. Another common error is dropping the leg that goes out to the side. It drops down. That's another. Keep it in control, which means you're continuously working that inner thigh. It's not a fast movement, it's a slow movement, so you really get into the control. You know, and it's also coordination. So you work in your brain. A lot in the reformer is coordination, which is so good for us. Good. Now I want you to try and get the lower back off. So as you push your legs out, arms will be next to you. Can you bend your legs in, make that frog, and from here, let the ropes pull you so you start to lift your spine off and then roll it back and push it out. So I don't want the legs to straighten. I want them to keep it in that frog position. As you bend it in, you come up and you come down. Now you have to engage the core a lot on this. Bring it down. But it does feel quite nice because as you come up, I know you're using your core, but on the way down, you work your way through your vertebrae. So it just feels like you're giving it a nice massage. And let's go for 2 more. Push your hands into the carriage. Noticing that you're getting connection with your upper arm as you do so. And push your legs out. Make them parallel. Open your legs to the width of the bed. Circle them up. Let them join together as they come down. Continue with this. The reason I'm asking you to bring it into a controlled one is I want to continue with the work. I don't want to stretch. I want to make sure that you're still working your hips and your inner thighs. Good. Now let's change the direction. Go up through the center, open up a little bit wider than before, still not to your max, so you're still working those inner thighs. They should be burning by now, because I know mine are. Four. And this is your last one. 5. Good. Bring your legs up, hold on to the rope, and go wide. Now you have your chance to go wide, but you're still controlling it because you're holding on to these ropes. Feel wherever it feels comfortable to hold on to them so you can pull and get into that deeper stretch. Closing your eyes, so just inhale and breathe into where you feel the most stuck. Carefully start to close your legs. Let the soles of your feet find each other as if they now glue together, and then you can drop them down to the carriage or the springs. And then you can release your arms. You can close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Fill your lungs, expand your rib cage. And exhale as you come heavy onto the bed. And let's go for 2 more. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Feel like this opens up your hips. Still getting that stretch. And then carefully you're going to start to close your legs. Take one rope off, find the safety of the foot bar, and then the other one comes off and you can hang it back. Good. Roll onto your side. Bring your legs quite wide so you can drop your head between your legs and just hang heavy here. Feeling that this heaviness is just stretching out your spine. The hands are flat. Bring them a little bit further away from you because you're going to transfer the balance onto your hands. As you start to lift your bottom off, you're straightening your legs. From here you can rock from side to side a bit. And then find your neutral. So find that middle one. Keep the legs bent a little bit now as you start to peel your hands off and you start to roll up, stacking your vertebrae by vertebrae. Feet can come together Roll your shoulders, roll your elbows, the whole arm. And then I thank you very much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. My name's Chris for the FØLD app.